The Spaceballs episode of Implicit Bias. In other words, we ain't found. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon, and it is time to solve the problems of the world one weekly whiskey at a time. This is Implicit Bias Radio. And the reality is we've actually found a lot on this show. We've actually been ahead of the times. Just look at our Instagram and you'll see us talking about the fraud in government through foreign aid, and that's blowing up. We happened to record that, though, a week before the USAID was taken down. We found a lot on the Russian collusion case. We even had a ton of information that's now coming out about January 6th and the FBI's not so pristine involvement. But the reality is, we ain't found, that. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is we had no idea, no inkling, not even the slightest hint of just how bad it really, really is. See, I guess you actually have to be looking for certain things to find them. The concept of seeking in order to find is actually a recurrent theme and a very powerful metaphor for our journey of life, faith, and discovery. See, the idea that one must actively seek to find is deeply rooted in various passages of that great book, the Bible. The principle underscores the importance of actively engaging in the pursuit of truth, wisdom, and divine connection. It's a call to diligence, to intentionality, to perseverance, reflecting on the belief that the rewards of spiritual and personal growth are accessible to those who earnestly quest for them. Now, one of the most cited verses encapsulating this principle is found in the Gospel of Matthew, 7:7-8. Jesus teaches, "Ask, and it will be given unto you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened unto you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks the door will be opened." Unfortunately, this is a problem for some people. Many people, actually. And if that's you, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, because we're trying to help, it's probably only going to get worse. See, the people who are upset about the exposure of so many things in the spotlight right now, US dollars paid to media to run anti-US stories, US dollars paid to create division in our own country, US dollars paid to keep us, you and me, fighting. The people who refuse to see these things and instead are just crying about the upset of the apple cart of the status quo, it's time for those people to learn, unfortunately, the hard way. It's not going to be fun for them. It's not going to be pretty either. Once we recognize that we must seek to find, we realize that God's blessings and truths are available to those who actively seek them. The triad of actions, asking, seeking, and knocking represents progressive levels of effort and management and engagement, suggesting that deeper revelations and rewards require more earnest and persistent pursuit. Seeking, as described in the Bible, is not passive activity. It involves a proactive and continuous effort to discover and understand divine will and truth. Proverbs 8:17 reinforces this idea. "I love those who love me, and those who seek me find me." Here, wisdom personified speaks of a mutual relationship between the seeker and the sought. The verse implies that the search itself is a demonstration of love and commitment, and it assures that such a pursuit will be fruitful. There are numerous examples of individuals who exemplified this principle of seeking and finding. One notable figure is obviously King David, who in Psalm 27:4 expresses a deep longing to seek the Lord. David's life, good and bad, is a testament to the transformative power of earnest seeking. The story of the Magi, or the wise men who followed the star to seek the newborn King of the Jews, their journey was marked by dedication and reverence, and their ultimate finding of Jesus was not only a fulfillment of prophecy, but also a reward for their diligent search. The principle of seeking to find carries both spiritual and practical implications for believers and individuals alike. Spiritually, It encourages a deeper relationship with God, urging believers to continually seek his presence, guidance, and wisdom. This quest fosters growth, understanding, and a more profound faith experience. Practically, this principle can be applied to various aspects of our lives. It advocates for intentionality and perseverance in the pursuit of goals, knowledge, and personal development. Whatever we do, we must seek truth. It's essential for achieving meaningful and lasting outcomes. Integral to the process of seeking is the role of faith and patience. Faith acts as the foundation and driving force behind the search, providing the assurance that the effort invested actually will yield divine rewards. Furthermore, patience is crucial as the fulfillment of seeking may not always be immediate. Many times the journey itself is valuable and transformative. In short, you'll never find happiness if you're not looking for it. And by the same token, you'll never find corruption, lasciviousness, theft, greed, waste if we're not looking for those either. But if you stick here, if you hang around, what you'll find are four, well, maybe three relatively honest people. You'll find a few, maybe more, weekly whiskeys. You'll find that we don't want us to be trusted. We want you to seek out what we mentioned for yourself. You'll find 2 hours of just what you're looking for. You'll find your implicit bias. Implicit Bias Radio continues right after this.